but we will touch a little bit from both. Yeah, so we'll offer our prayers and then we'll begin the session. So before that, we will see one shloka I will read. And, yeah, so we will read one shloka and then. So the chapter is 16th. The chapter is 16th chapter. The Lord attempts to go to Vrindavana. So that's what we are currently reading. And now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will make a tour. He's going for a spiritual tour. Of course, everything about him is spiritual. From Panihati, he's going to Kanai Natshala. So that's what is we are going to see today. Let's see what's that. Okay. Okay, so we will read one verse. Okay.
Mataji, you are co-host if you want to share anything.
Okay. Sorry. Just quickly. Okay. It's nice to read the verses from the given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, 16.20. Can you see?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, so just we will read this verse and then we'll go ahead. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So reading from Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 16, 205, verse Ekadina Prabhu Tata Kariya Nivasa Prate Kumara Hate Aila Yaha Shri Nivasa. Ekadina, one day, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Tata there, Kariya Nivasa, residing, Prate in the morning, Kumarahate, the town named Kumarahata, Aila reached, Yaha where Shri Nivasa, the home of Srivasa Thakur. Translation by His Divine Grace, translation purport by His Divine Grace, S. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord stayed at Raghav Pandit's place for only one day. The next morning, he went to Kumarahata, where Srivasa Thakur lived. So we're not going to read the entire purport, just 2 lines, then we'll go. The present name of Kumarahata is Hali Sahara. After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas, Srivasa Thakur left Navadip due to separation from him and went to Hali Sahara to live. Okay, so we will go now. Madhyana Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurummilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashatadeshakarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sati Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vancha Kalpatarubhesya Kripasinubhyo Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Koti Vaishnavamukhi Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Okay, so we saw that Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is now going to the place called so Panihati. But he's not remaining in Panihati for a long time. He's just going. This time he's just going for only one day. And in one day he goes and meets the personality. Who is there in Panihati? The very famous personality, not our Raghunath Das Goswami, but whose house is there in Panihati?
Raghav Pandit.
Yes, Raghav Pandit. Yes, Yogeshwar Prabhu also says Raghav Pandit's house. So Mahaprabhu stays there for one day, and then he moves to Kumarahata. So Kumarahata is, that's what we read now today. It is now called as Hali Sahara. And where Shiva's Thakur resides, because Shiva's Thakur was in Navadip, but when Mahaprabhu took sannyas and then when the Lord moved to Jagannath Puri, he was in great separation. So then he moved to this place called Kumarahata, and Mahaprabhu stayed there for a couple of days, and then he moved again to visit, Sivananda Sena. Sivananda Sena, as we all know, was such a great personality that he took all the devotees, right? Every year he takes people from Bengal to Jagannath Puri, and he looks after all those 200 devotees, their accommodation, their stay, and prasadam, the toll, every single thing is completely taken care by Sivananda Sena. So then from there he goes to Vasudeva Gosha. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, if you see, just the Lord's journey is mentioned, and some places Srila Prabhupada has mentioned a lot of things in the purport. So we will also follow that. And a bit I have taken from Chaitanya Bhagavata, which I'll read. So he went to Vasudeva Datta's house after Shivananda Sena, Vasudeva Datta's house. And then Vasudeva Datta, if you remember, what is a very famous verse or the song he sang? Anyone remembers that? A very famous song by Vasudeva. Not that is Vasudeva Ghosh, sorry. Vasudeva Datta. Who is Vasudeva Datta, by the way? Do we remember who is Vasudeva Datta? In Krishna Leela, or we can say, who came as Vasudeva Datta? Any idea? Who is a great personality or Vasudeva Datta who came as Vasudeva Datta? He is the one who asked the Lord, right? Let everyone's, sin I take, right? And he's none other than Prahlad Maharaj. Yes, Yogeshwar Prabhu said. Prahlad Maharaj, the mood of Prahlad Maharaj, that he said that let everyone go back and then I will come. So similarly, he said that I will take the sin of all the people. Let me suffer alone and let all of them get liberated. So then Vasudeva Datta's house, he moves to Vidyanagar, where he meets a very great personality. Again, this is a quiz. Maybe some of you may know, some of you may not remember. It's a brother of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Anyone knows what is his name? A brother of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, a very great, gentle personality. In one of the Chaitanya Charitamrita class, I just mentioned it, but we didn't go in detail. Vidya Vachaspati, yes, Vidya Vachaspati, very great scholar, very, very gentle personality, very wonderful devotee. He was in the place called Vidyanagar, as a place itself called Vidyanagar, place of knowledge. And when Mahaprabhu arrived there, thousands of people came to Vidya Vachaspati's house. Before that, when he came, Mahaprabhu said, I want to be alone. I don't want too many people following me. So then Vidya Vachaspati said, don't worry, I will not inform anybody, and you can peacefully stay here for some time. And a few days, the information was not reached out, and Mahaprabhu stayed. But very beautifully, Prabhupada mentions, can anyone hide a sun? No one can hide a sun. So when Mahaprabhu came, and somehow the message reached out, and not one, two, thousands of people, they were catching a boat and coming. The entire, that river was completely filled with boats. And Vidya Vachaspati could not do what to do, how to handle these people. But people are just coming, and they are breaking everything on the way. They were not carrying what is there, and just everyone was so eager. Who is this very bright sannyasi, the effulgent personality? And the Supreme Lord himself has descended as sannyasi. Let me go and see this personality. So in that mood, everyone is just coming. And then what happened was the whole place was filled, and then they went into the forest. They cleared the forest, and people were gathering there. So it's such a beautiful description given that how eager everyone was to see Mahaprabhu, the most magnificent personality. His bodily lustre and beauty is unconquerable. So everyone was just stunned, and they were just eager to just get a quick darshan. So then Mahaprabhu came to know that thousands of people are waiting out, outside the house. The entire area is flooded with people. He came out to give darshan, and he gave blessings, and everyone was asking so many different blessings. Someone was telling what to ask blessing. I've just seen this great personality. My life is fully blessed. I don't want any other blessing except this blessing that I should always remember his lotus feet. So I then every single personality, when they saw Mahaprabhu, they forgot what they want to ask also. They only asked that I should always remember your beautiful lotus feet. I should always remember you, till I leave this body. I should always remember your holy name. So like that, everyone was in full ecstasy, seeing the beautiful form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in that way, Mahaprabhu gave his wonderful association, darshan, and mercy and blessings to all those who gathered at Vidyanagar. So in that way, he spent time, in Vidya Vachaspati's house. And then later, what happened? The Lord saw that too much of crowd. Without even telling Vidya Vachaspati, he disappeared from that place, and he went to Kuliya. And then everyone was searching, and Vidya Vachaspati himself was searching. Then all the people thought maybe Vidya Vachaspati is telling lie that, he want to avoid all of us, that he has hidden Mahaprabhu inside. Then Vidya Vachaspati said that, even I don't know where the Lord is. I couldn't see him anywhere. And then he was crying and weeping and in great separation, then everyone understood really Mahaprabhu has left the place. And then he went to the other house of Madhava Das, and in Madhava Das' house also he stayed. But wherever Mahaprabhu went, no one could control the crowd. Everyone was following, and they were just wanting to see the Lord and take his association and blessings. And then finally, the Lord arrived at Shantipur, and at Shantipur he met, Sachi Mata, Advaita Acharya's house. Sachi Mata came, and then Mahaprabhu could take, spend some time with Sachi Mata. And then that was also, so nothing was elaborately mentioned, but we will come at one point now. So then Mahaprabhu, in Kuliya Gram, where what happened was, it is also called Koladweep. Koladweep is known for giving forgiveness. for all our offenses. That's why when we go for Navadi Parikrama also on the 9 islands, Koladvipa, when we go to Koladvipa, everyone asks for forgiveness, especially we will be forgiven for all the offenses against Vaishnavas, because this is the place Mahaprabhu delivered Devananda Pandit from his offense. Devananda Pandit was a very great personality, very sober, full of etiquette, and he was very learned, and he was giving Bhagavatam. He used to talk from Srimad Bhagavatam, give lectures from Srimad Bhagavatam, and very knowledgeable and perfect in etiquette. All qualities he was having, but in this particular pastime, Mahaprabhu is teaching a very great lesson, that even though he was full of all those wonderful qualities, knowledge and everything, but what happened was, once Srivas Thakur, visited Devananda Pandit's ashram, and he was giving a talk, class, Bhagavatam class for all his disciples. And Srivas Thakur also came and sat down, and he was listening Srimad Bhagavatam. And as we all know, Srivas Thakur is a great devotee. So the moment he heard the description about Krishna, he could not control his ecstasy. And he was, loudly calling out the Lord's name and feeling separation, crying, all those, kind of expressions were, manifesting in his body. And he was talking also. So when the disciples of, Devananda Pandit saw, they couldn't appreciate Srivas Thakur. They couldn't see his devotion. So what they did was, after the class and everything finished, they picked up Srivas Thakur. He was crying in ecstasy, remembering Krishna, but they couldn't understand. They picked him up and then throw him on the street. And then after some time, when Srivas Thakur came into senses, he felt very embarrassed. Oh, I should not have expressed all those emotions. And then he felt very bad. And then he went home straight away. But then Devananda Pandit, the beautiful lesson is that after some time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally comes, along with Srivas Thakur. He was passing the ashram of Devananda Pandit. And Devananda Pandit was coming on the opposite side. And when Mahaprabhu looked at him, and he said that, oh, you think you're very scholarly? You think you're qualified to talk from Srimad Bhagavatam? What qualification you got to speak from Srimad Bhagavatam? You have offended a great Vaishnava like Srivas Thakur. You can never understand Bhagavatam for the offense you have committed against Srivas Thakur. And then Mahaprabhu was kind of correcting Devananda Pandit. And Devananda Pandit did not say anything. And Mahaprabhu left. The point here was, even though Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was present at that time, because of his offense to Srivas Thakur, Devananda Pandit could not appreciate Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He could not value his association. He could not appreciate him. He could not understand him. So very nicely, our acharyas, the commentary they have given is that even though he was very scholarly, very knowledgeable, and the Lord is just there, eye to eye he could see, but he could not understand him, just because of the offense he made to Srivas Thakur. And then Srila Prabhupada said, only with the mercy of a Vaishnava that one can actually understand Krishna. Because he has offended Srivas Thakur, he couldn't understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though he was standing just in front of his eyes. Then later what happened was, Vakreshwar Pandit, another great devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came, to Devananda Pandit's ashram. And Vakreshwar Pandit is such a devotee that he was carrying Krishna in his heart all the time. And always he was ecstatic. And always Krishna's name was decorating his tongue. And he was so humble, even though he was the greatest devotee, always feeling the sweetest mellows of love of Godhead. He always felt himself very insignificant and very humble. So when Devananda Pandit saw Vakreshwar Pandit, for some reason, he got so inspired by Devananda Pandit, by Vakreshwar Pandit. He thought, what a great devotee he is. I just want to serve him. And then what he would do, when Vakreshwar Pandit hears Bhagavatam class, he also will go in ecstasy and he will faint down. Then Devananda Pandit will catch hold of him and he will massage his lotus feet, and he was doing all kind of menial service to Vakreshwar Pandit. And because of his service to the devotee Vakreshwar Pandit, now Devananda Pandit could get a change of heart. He was feeling that, oh, I think, Mahaprabhu is staying in Navadvip. Everyone is going and seeing him. But I am like, not able to understand him and appreciate him. I should go and see him, because he was never going and seeing Mahaprabhu because of the offense to Shiva Thakur. But because now he served Vakreshwar Pandit, he is now feeling that ecstasy and now feeling a change of heart, and that he want to go and meet Mahaprabhu and ask for forgiveness. So we can see how his life changes with the dealings of, we can see because of his dealings with two devotees, two different things happen. Because of the offense to Shiva Thakur, he couldn't appreciate and understand Mahaprabhu. But because of his service to Vakreshwar Pandit, he could appreciate Mahaprabhu and he could get blessings, and he was forgiven for all the offenses. So we could understand from this pastime that that only by the mercy of a Vaishnava that one can actually understand the Supreme Lord. Even the Lord may come and stand in front of us, we cannot understand him. So it is very important that we need the mercy of Vaishnavas, and we be very careful not to offend the Vaishnavas. So here we see that because he offended, he couldn't understand. But at the same time, because he did menial service, he could get the audience of Mahaprabhu and get his blessings. So this is something very interesting. So that's why in Navadvip Parikrama also they say that we go to this Koladvipa and ask for forgiveness for all our offenses. And something very important about Vaishnavas given here. And because of one's scholarliness, one cannot understand the Lord also. That is another point, because he was such a great, that's why Devananda Pandit, his name itself is Pandit, very scholarly. And he used to give Bhagavatam, in such a very fluent manner. But still, what is the use? Mahaprabhu said, what is the use of you reading your Srimad Bhagavatam? And the personality whom you want to, the essence, what you should understand from Srimad Bhagavatam, that you will never get. And then finally, Devananda Pandit will ask, my dear Lord, I like Srimad Bhagavatam, but I like to know now, what should I speak? What should be my mood? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will say, the goal of life is Krishna Prema, and the process is, devotional service. So you keep glorifying devotional service. You're talking about Srimad Bhagavatam, but I cannot see even one word of devotional service. So what is the use of your Srimad Bhagavatam? So now glorify devotional service and make people understand the goal of life is Krishna Prema. So then after that, Devananda Pandit completely dedicated his life talking Srimad Bhagavatam, highlighting about devotional service and the goal of life, Krishna Prema. So in that way, he will completely change and glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. So devotional service. So Mahaprabhu says how that is the topmost. All other knowledge is just secondary. This knowledge should help us to achieve that goal. But if that it is not helping, then the purpose is lost. So that's the point he's making here. And then the Lord goes to Shantipur and then meets Advaita Acharya, and then meets his mother, Sachi Mata. And then he stays there for some time, and then he goes to Ramakeli. And Ramakeli is a place, where he meets Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, who were actually working for the Nawab Hussain Shah, the Bengal, the Badshah, the king of the emperor of Bengal that time was Nawab Hussain Shah. So they were working as we all know, Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik, their names were also changed. But internally, their heart was completely sold out to Mahaprabhu. So they were eagerly waiting when they will be able to get the audience of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in Ramakeli also, what happens is that when Mahaprabhu comes, many, many thousands of people will follow him. And, then what happens is that the king, Nawab Hussain Shah, he will tell, to his assistants, that I can see that this personality is none other than the Supreme Lord himself, because thousands of people are following him and he's not giving them any charity, but yet everyone is following. That means he's definitely the Supreme Lord. Because everyone is following me or worshipping me or respecting me because I am paying for them. But here, this personality, this mendicant, he's not paying anything to them, but people are just following him. So definitely I can say, confidently I can say that he's the Supreme Lord. So even he in the, Nawab Hussain Shah could understand that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the Supreme Lord. So in that way, and he will tell the magistrate, of that place, he will say that, do not disturb this mendicant, let him do whatever he likes. So he was very much captivated seeing the great following and of Mahaprabhu. And then we see that later, in Ramakeli, he meets Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, very confidentially he speaks to them. And then, he tells them that later he will meet them again. And later we know that Rupa Goswami meets Mahaprabhu at Prayag, and then he was given special instruction. And similarly, Sanatana Goswami also meets later Mahaprabhu, and then he also gets special instruction, from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then Ramakeli, he moves to, a place here, what happens, Mahaprabhu actual plan was to go to Vrindavan. But that is not happening. Why? Because he will go to Kanai Natshala, that's the last place. But before that, there was one great devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by name Narasimhananda Brahmachari. He was such an exalted devotee that, that he can mentally understand, mentally connect to Mahaprabhu. He was not a wealthy person. The moment he came to know that Mahaprabhu is going to Vrindavan, he was thinking, I will make a road, for the Lord to travel. And he mentally making a road, a path. And that path, when he was making mentally, mentally also he could not go beyond a place called Kanai Natshala. So then he tells all the people there, this time Mahaprabhu will not go to Vrindavan. He will stop at Kanai Natshala and go back to Shantipur. So see the connection. And Srila Prabhupada mentions, doesn't matter, a pure devotee, he makes a road personally or he makes a road mentally. Both are same, because his mood is the same. It's full of love and devotion. And the Lord is called Janardana, Baba Grahi Janardana. The Lord is only tasting the devotion. He is not bothered what kind of a road we are making. He is only seeing what devotion, what is the motive behind our service. This is a very important point for all the practicing devotees like us. In all the service, what we do, what is our intent? What is the intent? That is what Mahaprabhu is saying. That is what Krishna is saying. It is not about just the externals. It is all about internals. Internally, what is our heart? How much are we actually thinking of the Lord? How much is the devotion? So devotion is the essence. Say, for example, now we all are doing Damodar program. When we do this Damodar program, what is there in our intention? What is there in our mind when we do these programs? Various kind of programs we are doing, various services connected to this we are doing. What do we think in our heart? That is a question we should constantly ask ourselves. So in that way, we can refine our service. This is just an example. Like that, every service, what we do. For example, decorating a deity. When we decorate a deity, what for we are decorating a deity? Am I doing this deity, decorating the deity so that the Lord looks very, I want to give the best shringar for the Lord. Or by, this will be very pleasing to him. and is it that mood, or something connected like that, or I am decorating so that someone will say this is the best. You have done a very nice decoration. Is it to impress somebody else, or is to impress the Lord, or what is that? What is that motive? So that question we need to ask ourselves. So like that, every service, if we see, because we are conditioned souls, that is our service is tainted. Srila Prabhupada mentions pure devotion is unaffected by 3 modes of material nature. Pure devotion is untainted. It is not mixed with any modes, but we are under 3 modes, right? Rajogun, Tamogun, Sattvagun, we are constantly bombarded with this 3. We fall under some category, definitely, and very rarely we perform glimpses of pure devotion by the mercy of Guru, Gauranga and Vaishnavas. But generally it is tainted with something. Sometimes we are not even able to recognize it. But sometimes we are able to recognize it. So it is very important to watch out that. And that's what here, Prabhupada mentions how this Narasimhananda Brahmachari, no money. And Prabhupada says pure devotion has no external condition. Whether we have money, we don't have money. Whether we have intelligence, we don't have intelligence. Whether we have any opulence, we don't have any opulence. It is unconditional. It cannot be checked by any external conditions. Anyone can follow pure. Anyone can become a pure devotee. Anyone can perform pure devotion service. Ahaituki apratihata. It cannot be checked by any external condition. And we can see the example, many personalities. And here the Narasimhananda Brahmachari, no material wealth, but yet he made a beautiful road bedecked with jewels. And so many wonderful creepers and trees, and he's meditating so wonderfully and constructing that road for the Lord with all love and all devotion, and the Lord is also accepting that. Mahaprabhu could see that Narasimhananda Brahmachari has made this road, and he's actually walking in that road constructed mentally by Narasimhananda Brahmachari. And he says that road is stopping in Kanai Natshala, so I will also stop in Kanai Natshala. What a beauty, how the Lord is conquered by devotion. Because he has not constructed further, I am not going further. Very sweet, isn't it? So when we read this pastimes, it gives us a lot of hope in the sense that how anyone and everyone and anyone can desire for pure devotion service. We don't need to have any qualification, and of course it's a very rare, precious thing. But how one can constantly work on oneself, because Krishna also wants to see whether we want that product or not. If someone doesn't want pure devotion service, why the Lord has to give, right? So first thing is our desire. So when we read all these pastimes and when we see all these pure devotees, then this desire arises, the chance of this desire arising in our heart. Oh wow, how these devotees are so wonderful, how their devotion is extraordinary, exemplary. And then we can get that feeling that wish I can also develop that mood, drop of their devotion. And then there is then we see that our spiritual progress happens. So it's very nice to see about this Narasimhananda Brahmachari constructing this beautiful. We know that there are many pastimes also in Krishna book also. There is this pastime of one Brahmana who is a very poor Brahmana, and King Shrutadeva. You remember this pastime in Krishna book? What is that? The king's name I forgot. I think it's Shrutadeva and the Brahmana. Brahmana's name. Bahulashava, is it the king's name? And then the Brahmana Shrutadeva. Yes. So these two personalities, Krishna is wanting. They both are inviting the Lord. One is a king, and another one is a very poor personality. He don't even have a proper house, and both want to invite Krishna. And Krishna goes to both their places, both to the palace at the same time. He goes to the palace and he goes to the poor Brahmana's house also, along with many great sages. And the palace, he's inviting, the king is inviting with all the paraphernalias, giving the best of the royal food, everything best. And the Lord was pleased with the devotion of the king. And then he comes to this Brahmana's house also. The Brahmana has nothing to give, but yet whatever little simple offering he could make with rice and all that, Krishna was so satisfied. The king is giving such a big feast, like Rajboga, Chapana Boga feast. And here the Brahmana is giving very, very simple food. But because it was given with so much of love and devotion, Krishna is, equally reciprocating to both of them. But their conditions are different, external conditions. But their devotion was same. As we know, the Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, right? So the Lord is Bhavagrahi Janardana. So only taste the mellow, taste that Bhava. So it's a very, very wonderful thing, for us to take, inspiration from this pastime, that how every time we can also introspect and see. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, today is a very, very special day. This whole month is very special. And in that, Ekadasi is super special. Because, all the scriptures glorifies Ekadasi as a mother of devotion. You see, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there is a song, he sings that, right? Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanan Kola Bhakati Seva Paramasidi Premelati Karamola Madhavati Bhakti Janani. He says like Madhavati Bhakti Janani. Bhakti Janani, it will give birth to Bhakti. What? Madhavatiti. Madhavatiti means it is Ekadasi. It is a Titi of Madhava. So Ekadasi is so dear to the Lord. And this Titi, whatever we do, any devotion service we perform several thousands of times, we get the multifold blessings. And that too in the month of Damodar, many, many more times. And we are hearing today about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and from Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is so auspicious, so auspicious. So it's very important that this very special titis, we try to fast. Actually, after a long time, I tried to fast today. That's why I feel very tired. I'm sorry about that. I thought today's Ekadasi, I thought should try for Nirjal. But I know it's not easy. But it is very, very auspicious. We can try for Nirjal Ekadasi if our body, is able to take it. Otherwise, also, whatever different levels of fasting we can do, fruit fasting, or if not, we can do fasting from grains at least, and then do as many rounds as possible. Chanting and hearing is the main thing on Ekadasi. And of course, Damodar month, we can give the mercy to others as well. And there is one more Ekadasi coming in advance I would like to tell, which is, the next Mondays, 2 Mondays are so important. The next Monday is a super special day, which is Srila Prabhupada's Disappearance Day. And so it is a pure devotee. A disappearance means they are going back to the spiritual world. So next Monday, we won't be having CC class. Instead, we will be having a very great gathering of glorifying Srila Prabhupada, a Disappearance Day. We will be having the observation and celebration that day. So we request everyone to please attend and hear about Srila Prabhupada. and we have some special videos and special song which Srila Prabhupada likes, talk. So many things are there. So please do join. The following Ekadasi, which is 15th of November, is again an Ekadasi. The second Ekadasi in the month of Damodar. That's a Bhishma Panchaka starting. From that day, 5 days is a Bhishma Panchaka. The super special days in the month of Damodar, and it's the first day of Bhishma Panchaka. Then the Ekadasi, which is coming on the 15th November. So please put a word around to everyone so that devotees are aware of Ekadasis in advance. Even people who are very new can try to do whatever fasting they can, and in that way they can get the blessings. So Bhishma Panchaka. So we will be soon creating a WhatsApp group and send out the message about Bhishma Panchaka. What are the different things we can observe during Bhishma Panchaka? Just by following Bhishma Panchaka, one gets a blessing of following the entire Chaturmasya, and it's also very dear to the Lord. We get the blessings of Bhishma there. So very special days, the last 5 days. So how to observe, what to do, all this information. Many devotees already they follow this, but still we will send out the message and create a group. So whoever wants to be part of that Bhishma Panchaka observing the Bhishma Panchaka can join that group. So that's another thing which I want to share. And also now this is a very special, Diwali coming up. Everyone is in the mood of celebration. So as we all know, it's next 5 days is full of celebration, starting with the Trayodasi. So today is Ekadasi, then tomorrow is Dwadasi, and the third day is Trayodasi. And Trayodasi is the Dhanvantri Trayodasi, which is the day of appearance of Lord Dhanvantri, who gave the Ayurvedic medicine, the Lord of medicine. So that's the day the Diwali actually starts. That evening it starts. People take bath and clean the house, keep everything very auspicious. And it is mentioned that people pray, to Yamaraj also, to prevent from a untimely death. Of course, Dhanvantri is a lot of health. So everyone can pray for a good health. We all need a good health, isn't it? Good physical health, good mental health, and good spiritual health. All are important. Just imagine someone has a good physical health, but they don't have a good mental and spiritual health. What is the use of that physical health? Someone has a good mental health, but no physical health and spiritual health. What is the use again? Someone has a spiritual health, good spiritual health, but they don't have a mental health. Of course, spiritual health means they will have a mental health anyway, but don't have a physical health. How can we serve Krishna? In fact, being devotees, we should live longer, because then we will be able to serve more. In the sense, aspiring to be devotees, we need loads of things to do for Krishna, loads of things to do for Srila Prabhupada. So we need a lot of energy and good health. So we all can pray to the Lord to give us, bestow us with good health to serve Him nicely. So that's the day Trayodasi. Then the Chaturdasi is a Naraka Chaturdasi. Narakasura, who is also called Bhaumasura, he captivated the 16,000 queens, and how Lord Krishna released the 16,000 queens who were captivated by this Narakasura, and he killed the demon Narakasura. Narakasura is actually son of Mother Yahat, Bhumi Devi. And then later Krishna, these queens were requesting the Lord, no one else will marry us. And then in the heart they accepted Krishna as their husband. So Krishna reciprocated to their desire and accepted the 16,100 queens. And then that day is Naraka Chaturdasi. And then the next day is, so some places, in South India, people actually mainly in Tamil Nadu and all, if you say Diwali, people will know it is a killing of demon Narakasura. And then the next day, third day is the Diwali, which is we celebrate. It's a day as the Lord Ram returns back to Ayodhya. The people of Ayodhya are waiting for so long, 14 long years, waiting for their dear Lord Ram to come back. And, Lord Rama kills Ravana, the demon, and brings back Sita. And that was the day, Amavasya day, the day of Diwali. And 16,100 queens were captivated by Narakasura. And there are 8 queens already Krishna married. So totally 16,108. Yeah. So then we see that, then Diwali day, that was the day of Amavasya, so dark. So all the, the residents of Ayodhya, it has been mentioned that they never lit the lamps, and they were not even dressing properly because they were in great separation of the Lord, crying all the time. But now, because they got the news that the Lord of their life is coming back, they were so happy, lighting their house and the streets and everything with the beautiful lamps, and waiting, the Lord to arrive. So that is the Diwali day. It's a Deepa, in Deepavali. Vali means it's a row of lamps to welcome the Lord. So that's a Diwali day. And then it is also the Diwali day is the day when Krishna was very small. This beautiful Damodar Leela pastime happened, which we are the whole month we are celebrating. Damodar Puja. This is when Krishna was so small, this wonderful Leela of Damodar happened, and Mother Yashoda, for all the naughtiness Krishna did, Mother Yashoda tied Krishna with a rope. Then he called by the name Damodara, Udara, which was tied by Dam, the rope of love. So then, after Diwali, we have the great Govardhan Leela, Govardhan Puja. Krishna lifted Govardhan little finger from the left hand, and how the whole residents of Vraja were actually protected from the wrath of Indra. Indra got so angry that Krishna has made the residents to worship Govardhan hill and not himself. Not Indra Puja, Govardhan Puja. He got so upset. And he forgot that he is a servant of the Lord.
Mute, no?
And then what happened? Torrents of rain. And then Krishna lifted Govardhan, and then later Indra came to senses. And then this Govardhan Leela is so dear to the Gopas and the Gopis because the entire Vraja, all the residents of Vraja came under one umbrella of Krishna, Govardhan hill. And they could, without blinking their eyes, they could drink the beauty of Krishna 24/7. Otherwise, what happens is that Krishna goes to graze the cows, so the Gopis cannot see Krishna in the daytime. And then similarly, the Gopas cannot see Krishna in the nighttime because, so now Gopas and Gopis both could see Krishna all the time. So that's why Govardhan Leela is so special, and everyone they like that. And then, so the Giriraj, worshipping Giriraj, the Lord himself expanded. And we see this Annakuta ceremony happens in all the temples. They make a wonderful hill made of rice and circumambulate that Annakut, and remembering the Giriraj, the Govardhan hill. And we have a great celebration in both Bhaktivedanta Manor and in ISKCON London, Sri Radha Landaneshwar Temple. And there is a great opportunity also for us because it's a working day for us. Some may go to Manor, some may go to Soho. But we have taken up some service in Soho. Taken up in the sense we just thought about it, that it is only day in a year we can actually cook in the house and take the offering to the temple. Otherwise, there are a lot of rules to follow. And we thought it is 125th appearance of Srila Prabhupada. So if possible, from East London, we can also do 125 offerings to Giriraj, that day. And this time the timings are quite suitable. Generally, they do this Govardhan Giriraj Parikrama around afternoon, but this time they have kept it around 4 o'clock. 4:15 to 6:15. So the offering should reach around 3:45 or something like that. So then it will be easy for them to arrange. Yeah. So, so it's a great opportunity. Of course, everyone in the sense they have some restrictions as well. I mean, some regulations, which Kripa Sindhu Prabhu, if anyone is interested, he will share the details soon. And then we all can try our best to make some offerings. So that is Govardhan Puja. And then I think the last day they say that in the Puranas it is mentioned that Yamaraj, Yamaraj's sister's name is Yamuna. So Yamaraj visits his sister on that day, and and he gives a benediction that whoever visits Yamuna that day, that take bath in Yamuna, their sins will be destroyed. So many people take a holy dip in Yamuna on the day. It's a day they call as a Bhai Dooj, or Bengalis also they celebrate as Bhai Phota, I heard, and that the sisters will pray for the well-being of the brother. So it's a very it's a 5-day celebration, and of course a lot of many times we celebrate many festivals, but without knowing the meaning. But it's nice to know the meaning and the purpose behind each festival. Then we can put our heart. So it's a very great festivity time. Lot of blessings. And we can be very thankful to the Lord and remembering all those wonderful pastimes. And try to reach out also. This is also the time we can reach out to many people and give the mercy of Lord Damodar. So this 5-day festival, so advanced Diwali wishes and Govardhan Puja wishes to everyone. And so this is something happening now for this whole week. And then next Monday, when we join, it will be for Srila Prabhupada's Disappearance Day celebration. So that's going to be there. And I have some few things to share before we go to the Damodar, updates and all that. A few announcements, a few things I wanted to share also. I hope everyone is able to do their Kartik Vrata nicely. I think we took a Sankalpa in the very beginning of the month. We wanted to do many things. It's still it's not too late. Say, for example, someone has taken some Vrata and they could not do it. You have broken it. Even now, it's not late. We have 19 more days to go. Today is Ekadasi. We can again, pray to the Lord and make a commitment and not give up. And then go till 19th for, Sankalpa, and then complete it successfully. There is a chance again for us. Ekadasi is a wonderful day to make a re-sankalpa and then go ahead. And, so that is one thing, personal sadhana, whatever you have made personal vrata. And the second thing which I would like to also share is that we all wanted to come in the Zoom and chant japa in the morning, and 125 participants would be very nice as an offering to Srila Prabhupada. That's what we thought, right? And I could see that only the first day there was 125. After that, the numbers fell down. Now we have our dear Varsha Mataji on board, who is going to be coordinating this japa every day. We thank her for her service. And also Kalyani Mataji, she's putting all the, whoever has joined the Zoom, she's making a list and sharing. And there is a spiritual contest for all of us. And the spiritual contest is, what is the title of the contest? The title of the contest is, who likes to make an effort? Who likes to make more effort or a better effort to please Srila Prabhupada and to please Krishna in this month of Damodar. Because you see, all the scriptures also says that we should wake up early in the morning. We should chant the holy name in the morning, right? Scripture says that. And certainly it is pleasing to Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada, all the time, his whole movement he made with this morning program only. And waking up early is repeatedly told in all his lectures and in all his books. So if at all we are telling that we want to please Srila Prabhupada, we cannot be choosy and selective, right? We like to try all that which Srila Prabhupada likes. We want to make an effort. Of course, we are conditioned souls. We may fail. We will fail. That doesn't matter. And the Lord also knows, Prabhupada also knows. What matters is our sincere effort. So, and especially Damodar month, waking up early is so much of blessings. And chanting the holy name in the association of devotees. So this is a thankful, this is an action or a token of gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. You have given this wonderful morning program. You have given this, even though Hare Krishna mantra is there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us, but yet it is through Srila Prabhupada we came to know. So we want to thank Srila Prabhupada. Okay, we will join and we will chant. So the contest is between now Prabhus and Matajis. We are going to see how many Prabhus are joining and how many Matajis are joining on a daily basis. And every day, the whoever is winners, it will be mentioned. And finally, this whole week, not whole week, 19th, we are going to see who has more number of days, more the participants, and a special surprise gift, which we are not going to say now. And I could see, I will tell you the result today, you would have already seen it. Matajis are leading from the front. And you know what is the ratio? Haribol Prabhus, it's time. The number I tell you. Interesting number.
60-40 Mataji.
See, Vivek Prabhu is telling. So all the Prabhus, what you are going to do now is that you are very, we should appreciate the winners, isn't it? So all the Prabhus will unmute and say 3 big Hari Bols to all the Matajis. Ready? Yeah?
Yes, ready Mataji.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Wonderful. So we want Prabhus to, raise the numbers. So please keep inspiring your fellow Prabhus and friends and, so that the number goes high. 61 is a big number though. 61, isn't it? Yeah. And similarly for children also, we are going to, I could only see 6 or 7 children joined, is it? We will read out the names. Vivek Prabhu, can you read out the names if possible?
Yeah.
There also we are going to see the little boys and girls who is going to be leading. But today we will leave it. Just read all the names of the kids, Prabhu.
So 62 Mataji and then remaining, I think 40 or less than 40 Prabhujis. Young gopis. There are 5 young gopis: Sriya, Disika, Devika, Neha, and Resma. And young gopas are Kharanshu and Tirth.
Wow. So Karanshu and Tirth are the only 2 little Vaishnavas, huh? So we want to gear up.
Tirth is also from the Gopi side, I think. Rudra.
Yes, Tirth. So that means only one boy, one Vaishnava. Hari Bol, that's Karanshu. Jai. So we want more kids to join. So because, and it's very nice, before going to school, we have a habit of doing at least one round before we step out of the house. Padam padam yat vipadam na tesham. Prahlad Maharaj says, every step there is a danger. So it is always good that we take up the holy name, we remember Krishna and take his shelter before we step out of the house. There is no guarantee in this world. So let's depend on the Lord's holy name. And it's good from childhood. Kaumara Machare Pragno. From the age of 5, one should take up devotional service. And out of all the devotional service, when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of Navavida Bhakti, which one you tell, which one you say is the most important? And Mahaprabhu says, chanting the holy name of the Lord. That's some topmost. And that's what Mahaprabhu did. Mahaprabhu's thing is, Yare deko tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Siksha. First, Bolo Krishna, first step. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. Right? Foremost is the holy name. Our movement is called as Hare Krishna movement. Sankirtan movement. Holy name is the foremost. One may do all book reading. One may do top book distribution. One may give so many Bhagavad Gita lectures. One may do all top-notch programs. But if you are not doing holy name, if you are not chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, it will not be very pleasing to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's the foremost. That's the foundation. So we have to, Srila Prabhupada said once, Yamuna Mataji, the disciple of Srila Prabhupada, she was actually writing something when the japa was going on. She was chanting and then she stopped and then she was writing something. Srila Prabhupada said, before you finish your 16 rounds, don't do anything. So that much importance Srila Prabhupada gave for japa. And that's why morning, every temple all over the world, you see, once Mangala Aarti finish and Tulsi Aarti finish, it's a japa time, specifically given for that. I was hearing Radheshyam Prabhu. We all know how inspiring speaker he is. Radheshyam Prabhu said, I never compromise that time for anything else. No meetings, nothing. Even if some personalities want to meet and many people ask me to give some classes, I never say this time. It's only for japa. Sometimes people may even tell me that I'm fanatic, but I don't care. It is for japa means it's for japa. It is for Krishna. That is the time for Krishna. That's not for anyone else. So that is the standard. You see all the powerful preachers, personalities, they gave that importance to Krishna's holy name. Why? Because Krishna's holy name is non-different from Krishna. So the more we give importance to the holy name, the more we take shelter of holy name, the more we develop faith in the holy name, the more we understand that holy name is the ultimate. Nama bina kichu nahi ko ara, chauda bhuvana maje. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, nothing great in this 14 worlds. Nama bina kichu nahi ko ara, chauda bhuvana maje. Holy name is the topmost. We will chant, we are chanting holy name now. When we go to spiritual world also, we will chant the holy name. Now we are chanting in a conditioned state. Once we go there, we chant in that Shuddhanam, pure spirit. So our thing is to how we perfect, how we can more and more refine our chanting, connect our chanting. We can connect to the Lord through our chanting. How much we can understand the chant, Krishna's name is non-different. When the day will come, we will understand that. How much we can relish when this Nama Ruchi will come. How, as Rupa Goswami says, this tongue, these 2 syllables are so much of nectar that I need thousands of mouths to relish Krishna, holy name. So when we will be able to relish. So it's all about developing the taste for the holy name. Because if we cannot taste the holy name, we cannot give the holy name to others. What we have only we can give for others, isn't it? So we want to develop as much as taste, how much, we can develop the faith, taste, conviction. And the more we develop, the more we can give to others. Yeah, but the best Goshti Anandi is the best Bhajananandi. A best preacher is someone who does the best, absorbed in his sadhana. Once he is so absorbed and relishes it, he can give it to others. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's also, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami mentions, Panchatattva, they plundered the treasure house of love of Godhead. And they tasted it, they looted and they tasted it. And then they gave it to others. So they also tasted it. And then only they gave it to others. So without me tasting the holy name, I cannot give it to anyone. Definitely we cannot give it to anyone. So very nicely in one lecture, Gauranga Prabhu said, it is the duty of a Goshti Anandi to become a best Bhajan Anandi. Because you have to serve so many people. And if you want your preaching to be effective, you have to do your homework. And that means you have to be a good Bhajananandi. You have to relish your bhajan. If I am doing a arati, I should relish. I am chanting, I should relish. The more I go dive deep into my practice, then I can. When the achar is very sweet and deep, prachar will also be very sweet and penetrating. So we want to put, this Damodar month, we want to go deep, dive deep. We want to pray to the Lord that let me dive deep and relish this beautiful gift of Krishna consciousness. Let me not be superficial chanting, mechanical service, mechanical practice. Let me dive deep is one of our prayers, so that we can actually give it, to many more. We can become a good instrument, So that's why it's very important. So this sadhana, Zoom Japa, is so important and vital. We want to equip ourselves with the holy names. Then when we go out, we are going out with full energy, fully, armed, with the necessary weapons to fight against Maya. So this chanting is so important. We want to pray to the Lord to give us all the strength, all the taste to chant and relish, and dive deep into this nectar of holy name every morning. So that's our prayer. So let's take this opportunity in the month of Damodar. More and more devotees and children also, young age, what we learn, habit comes till graveyard. What we develop now will end up there. If someone wakes up early in the morning from the young age, for that person it's not difficult. When they grow old also, it's natural for them to get up. So it's good to develop nice habits at a young age. That's why Prahlad Maharaj says from the age of 5. We want to cultivate all good habits when we are young. Because when a child also grows up, after that we give good things, it will not enter the ears. So it's very nice to cultivate that in the very young age, starting from now. And so more Zoom, Japa, we want to see the kids, teens, adults, everyone. And we pray to Krishna to give us strength, because by our strength we are not getting up. We should have our desire, and of course we should put alarm clock and everything, but we are also praying every night, Krishna, please help me. I don't have that strength to get up. Please, you help me to get up. You give me the blessing. So every night we want to pray to Krishna. And then we also desire to get up. And then Krishna will help us. So that's one thing. And we want to see. So every day morning we are getting up and doing chanting. Prabhupada will smile at us. So we will make Prabhupada smile. We have to get up. Okay. So that's one thing we want to, say. And so this is one very wonderful contest. So already first day Mataji is leading 19 days. First day leading from the front. Mataji's okay. So still we have more time. We can you are still have great opportunity. So we'll do that. And the other thing which I want to do is okay, Damodar update. We have a short video we will show, and then we are ending here. If Vivek Prabhu has got anything to say, he can share as well. Okay, birthdays. We will see the birthdays. Okay, we'll see the video. Prabhu, Topaji Prabhu has got the video. He can share. This is a video from UK, various places, how Damodar programs are happening. So wonderfully it's happening. So we can have a quick, glimpse. Prabhu, could you kindly share it? Yeah.
வேணும்டா இந்த இந்த இடத்துக்கு பிளேட் தான் வேணுமா அப்படி மூவ் பண்ணாதானே
कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमुच्चैव त्वया मोचितौ भक्ति भजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे स्थितं नमस्ते सुदाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयौधरायात विश्वस्य दाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले विराजमानं नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले विराजमानम् नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले विराजमानं नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले विराजमानं यशोदाभियोलोकलाघवमानं परामृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृतगोप्या यशोदाभियोलोकलाघवमानं.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Hari Bol. So, all over UK, this Damodar's mercy is, everyone is giving out the mercy. So wonderful. Please continue doing that. And yeah, so we will wind up here. And if any announcements, yeah, birthdays, I could see some birthday names. Just a moment. Sister Karthik Prabhu. Mona Matari's son, Surya and Vrinda. Can we? Okay, so are they there? Not or not there? They are not there?
I don't think so. They're there.
Okay. So
India is in India.
Okay. Just you want us to chant for them. Yeah? Haribol Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Okay. So we'll chant 3 times for them. That is Bhumana Mataji's son, Surya and Vrinda. Yeah? Okay. If anybody's birthday is there, please let us know so we can pray for them as well. Okay. All right. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama.
Yeah, so we will also show darshan quickly. So before that, okay. So what we will do is that I think I've covered. So basically, everyone geared up for the Diwali, and we have an offering, as all we know, for every BV and every children's BV, kids BV, adults BV, different sankalpa as a yatra. So we all can try our best how we can reach out. Of course, please be safe also, because the numbers of the COVID numbers are also increasing. So we need to be very careful when we go for physical programs. At the same time, many online programs can also be conducted. And wherever physical programs, kindly follow all the protocols so, can be safe. Yeah, so that's one thing. Any other thing, Vivek Prabhu, you want to share?
Yes, Mataji. So, so far, we have received the registration from different sources like Facebook, WhatsApp, Gita Gyan and all. But registration are not that much good, but still devotees are trying in their class. So approximately from Google form point of view, we received 120 forms for all the sources, whereas there are many other
Is it for the is it for which program you're saying? Is it for the 6th month?
Yes, Mataji.
Is it which program you're talking about?
Damodar Puja, Mataji.
Okay.
So we need to gear up all the classes, kids class, teens class, and Gita Gyan class to bring their, because you are the very much contact with those new contacts. So most probably they will do the Damodar Puja because you are with them. So try to convince them and utilize our remaining 19 days. Because by seeing the current registration, it doesn't look like we are occupied fully, because we have 70 facilitator and so far only 120 registration. So
so we have to gear up. We have to gear up our registrations. So I think all the devotees can within your PVs and please talk with them and start enrolling, because time is ticking, because people also need time to think and then give their time, isn't it? And now Diwali already is in this week. So let's all gear up and
so this is about the Damodar Puja booking. So on 6th of November, we have Japa Marathon from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on the same date, we have planned the Damodar Cultural event for all the Gita Gyan participants, plus all the hosts those who have hosted the Damodar Puja in this month so far. So we are not asking ELBV devotees to register for the performance. The performance are like singing, dancing, poetry, or any kids can do. Or this is not only kids program. This is open for teens and adults also. So we have yesterday we have shared the link and everything in all the Gita Gyan course. So whenever you have the class with your members, please encourage them to join it. And even for the kids Bhakti Vriksha and kids leader, wherever we have new contacts, please ask them to join it. So this is the second thing. On 7th of November, we have the Diwali celebration in Manor. So maybe most of the devotees might have booked the ticket and going there. On the 13th of November, we have Damodar festival again.
Diwali festival.
Diwali festival, yes. Because the first which we are doing on 6th November, it is only for cultural events. All these cultural things will be touched. But on the 13th of November, we will do the Aarti, we will have some talk, we will have some other activities we are planned there. So this is for 13th of November, and on 14th of November we are planning to have Zoom Mangala Aarti, because this time, last time also we couldn't go to the temple, and this month again it seems to be not that much great situation. So, but we don't want to miss the opportunity to do the Mangala Aarti in this auspicious month.
Yeah, so 14th Vivek Prabhu, as you mentioned, the Mangala Aarti. So this 14th Mangala Aarti is going to be a very special one, because one is it is in the Damodar month, and this Mangala Aarti will be done by the kids and teens.
Hari Bol.
They will sing the song, they will do the Aarti, they will give class as well.
Yeah, why not?
Yes, which will be discussed internally, but yeah, I'm just saying that it's going to be a special one.
That will be great, Mataji, because we thought a couple of times to give chance to kids, but we never
so now we
have
can
that
give
opportunity.
Special ones we can give.
Adults wake up in the morning and they do the everything, but kids never get the chance.
Yeah. So they will get this special chance, so it'll be very nice. And I think we can now quickly show Jagannath Darshan.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, okay. So Vivek Prabhu is already ready. So he
Vijay
can
Prabhu.
show us darshan, and then we can wind up and take his blessings, Jagannath and Panchatattva blessings. So the next week, all wonderful Diwali festivities ahead. Yeah, Prabhu is ready. Actually, yeah.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev.
Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Amina,
So sweet.
Jai Baladev, Jai Vishal, Jai Jagannath.
So sweet.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra.
Haribol, Jai, kids are the. Actually, we couldn't fully decorate today. Got bit delayed today. They will get more decorated in tomorrow, day after, like that. Jai, Shashwara Damodar ki
Jai.
Vijay Prabhu Special Damodar.
Very much decorated.
Yeah. Okay. So Yashoda Damodar Bhagwan ki Jai, Shri Jagan Baldev Subhadra Maharani Sudarshan Chakra ki Jai, Panchatattva ki Jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Thai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So we all will meet next. So next, Monday, it's going to be Srila Prabhupada's Disappearance Day, gathering. Yeah. So we will get that out soon. Radha Madhava Shasaki Vrinda ki Jai. This is a famous, star outfit. Even now, in Radha Madhava wears this outfit. Jai. Jai Radha Vandeshwar Bhagavan. Hari Hari Bol. Okay. Got all the blessings now. Okay, so we will see you all soon. Happy Diwali and happy Govardhan Puja. Happy Damodar month. And we'll see you all next week. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Mataji, for
Gauranga.
nice darshan.
Hare Bol Mataji. Thank you for
Krishna.
inviting us.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you.